I think a spider bit me on the face and left a mark. Should I just give up? You're probably okay, honestly. I will say, 2 nights ago, my wife said, "Oh my God, Ryan, I think that I just saw a nest of spider eggs on our skylight." And I went over to it and I was like, I looked up, I got my phone out and I was zoomed in on it because it's like 15 feet up or something like that. And I went, that might be a nest of spider eggs. Yeah. So she said, "What should we do?" And I said, "Well, get the step ladder in the vacuum and I guess we'll take care of it right now." It was already like 9:30. I was trying to put our daughter to bed. Got up on the step ladder, standing on the top step, got the vacuum, vacuumed it up. Turns out it was just grease. Probably just grease from whenever the skylight was installed in the window. No problem. I did not. I'm going to save that story for you because you were there for the whole thing.
Oh my God, there's a huge vomit.
Do you know that I was asleep last night?
It's
Suck it up in the vacuum. You got the vacuum. Suck it up in the vacuum. I don't have a tissue. I'm working. You know, I got to sleep last night around 11. I woke up at 11:20.
It popped! Ryan, it popped!
Oh, but I'll pick it up and put it in the garbage then.
It popped!
Are you okay?
I didn't expect it to pop! Popped on me.
You get any bug juice on you?
Oh no.
She's like this right now. She's got the cross grip like a stuntman in a car that's rolling over. I was just about to say, you know, I finally got to sleep last night around 11. I woke up at like 11:45. You know what woke me up? My wife was vacuuming in the bathroom next to our bedroom.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck is she doing vacuuming at 11:45? I spent 2 hours getting our daughter to bed. She finally falls asleep, and then I hear this, and I'm like, what are we doing here, man? It could have been hair that you left on the floor. This is just an honest question for you. I'm asking you, like, because I'm interested in how you live your life. Do you go around assuming everything is your fault? Like everyone else's behavior is caused by your own actions? Because that seems like psychotic to me. It just seems exhausting. As a friend, that bug popped. It was gross. I'm not going to deny the grossness of the bug. The bug was gross. Did you squish it? I didn't have to. It popped. On its own? No, when Kate poked it. It was like a weird little worm. I wasn't happy to see. I'm not a bug guy either.
I don't have any more bone meal.
Exactly. It's all gone now.
Oh, what the hell is this?
What is wrong with you?
I've never seen this before.
That scared me, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Where are you?
I don't know, man. There's a dang old silverfish down here. Did you feed it to the bird? Listen, you got to watch my wife's stream for the bird content. I'll give you the preamble, which is that I left home to pick up my daughter from daycare at 4. At 4:06, I got a text with a picture of a bird in a shoebox that said, "Oh my God, I just saved this bird's life." It was getting double teamed by 2 crows outside and screaming. So I kicked the crows out and brought it inside. And then, like, I'm proud of my wife. She genuinely saved a bird's life. We kept it in a nested shoebox in our bathroom with the door closed for like 14 hours. This morning she went in and the bird was chilling. And then she set it free and it flew away. 2 crows died of starvation. Honestly, fuck, good for the crows, honestly. Those motherfuckers, every time I walk on the seawall, they're trying to drop oyster shells on my fucking head. Literally trying to give me a concussion just for being outside and getting some fresh air. We support the red-breasted sapsuckers over the crows in the sapsucker versus crow fight.
You know, like my legs were broken yesterday because I was practicing so hard for the poppy poppy dance. And then because of the poppy poppy dance, I didn't realize I spent hours practicing without resting and didn't realize my limit. And my legs basically broke yesterday. And it was so much in pain. But then Ruka freaked out because I rescued a bird and he thought I got a new pet or something. So Ruka freaked out and he basically slept on my leg last night. And now my leg is still fucked. Here's the story. So basically what Ryan said about me rescuing the bird is basically the whole story. But here's my perspective. Ryan said, okay, I'm gonna go and pick up our daughter. And I said, okay, well, I guess I will go check the mail. So Ryan exit from the back door. I exit from the main door so I can access the mailbox. And then I hear, like, when I open the main door, I hear like like a bird screaming, right? It's not like chirp 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 chirp. It was more like and I was like, is that normal? What the heck is going on? So I looked, and then in front of my front garden, there were two crows like and then tiny bird on the ground like and I was like, wow, what the heck? And then in my mind, I'm sure y'all were like, oh, Kate, you have a kind heart, angel. I'm just gonna tell you the straight truth. Because I don't want you to make a mistake that I'm a saint or anything. I was like, bro, I don't want to clean up a dead bird body tomorrow. I don't, like, how am I, do I put in, like, the dead body of a bird in the organic bin or in the trash can? I don't even know. I don't want to deal with that. So I was like, well, I guess I will save that tiny bird. So I went there and I shooed the crows, right? I was like, go away, crows. Let this tiny bird not die in front of my front yard so I don't have to deal with the aftermath. So I was like, shoo, shoo. And then the crows, instead of flying away, like flying far, far away, one literally flew right on top of me. There's like a tree, and then he was sitting on top of the tree branch waiting for me to leave. And then another crow sat across from me on the tree branch and then waiting for me to leave. So, like, I knew if as soon as I leave this tiny bird, they would just come right back to it. So I was like, bro, man. So I was like, tiny bird, you can do it. Get back up, buddy. Because I don't really want to touch that tiny bird either. But then the tiny bird belly flopped, cannot do anything, right? And just, it keep going like, beep, beep. So I was like, okay, I got you. So I scooped the bird up because I didn't want to like touch it with my hand. So I pulled my sleeves all like so that like my sleeves would cover my hands, and I just scooped it up. And then I was like, bro, what am I gonna do? But thankfully, yesterday, Luna's new rain boots arrived. So I was like, oh, this would do. So while the bird was in one of my hand, I quickly opened the box, took out the rain boots, and then gently placed the bird in the box. And I was like, it's okay. And then like you see that bird was like freaked out, like it was like breathing so fast, like and eyes were just blinking really slow. Like despite it breathing really fast, eyes were blinking really slow. And the feathers were like all messed up. So I was making sure if there was any open wound or like bleeding or anything. I just kind of looked around. I couldn't find anything. And I thought maybe if I pet its head, maybe he will calm down. So I just used like a pinky finger and just like, it's okay, calm down. And then I realized like, bro, what is this bird? Why is it that this bird's beak hella long? And I was like, I don't want to get picked by those. So I was like, okay, what do I do? And I was like freaking out because Ryan just left the house to pick up our daughter. I was completely alone in the house with this bird. And I was like, bro, what do I do? And then I was like, and I went to my Discord. My Discord channel is basically extension of my they're basically my I don't know, like it's like chatters who is there for me. I wouldn't call them my friend because I think sometimes that word is very strong, since they're just more like they're there for me, kind of, you know, they got my back, you know what I'm saying, they got my back, someone that I can rely on. So I just went like to the Discord and was like, guys, emergency, I just rescued a bird, I don't know what to do and I'm freaking out. And chat was like, okay, hacker logged in, everyone's chatting. It was like, it wasn't just like one person is typing, it was like a lot of people are typing.
OMG,
And I was
forgot
like,
about the
bro.
bird.
And then Fawn Flame was like, call the BC Wildlife Rescue. I was like, great idea. Call the phone. And then I didn't realize, I guess a lot of people rescue wild birds often. Like the number one option was like, if you rescued a bird, press 1. And I was like, oh, okay, press 1. And they're like, sorry, our office is currently closed. Call this number if it's like emergency or something like that. And I was like, I call that number, and then it was like a orphan wildlife, I don't know, it was for like bird or something, and I called that number too, and then they're like, sorry, our office is also closed. If the bird is not a huge bird, such as owl or falcon or eagle, then please follow the steps that is written on the webpage and call us back when we're open. And I was like, bro, this bird ain't big bird. It ain't an owl or eagle or anything like that. So now I have to freaking live with this bird overnight. And I was like, oh my god. Luna's gonna freak out. So I took the photo, sent it to my husband. I thought my husband would help me out or anything. But then he replied, all cap, WHAT. And then that was it. He said, what? And then that was it. And then I was like, well, that's not very helpful. So my chat was helping me out on this a lot. So I was like, I read the BC Wildlife Rescue for the birds, put them in the shoebox, make sure they have breathing holes, make sure they have like a little cushion around it in the box, and then do not feed them, do not give them water, put the box in a quiet, dark room. Quiet, warm, dark room, and then wait for like until we open, and then you can bring the bird back or anything. So I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. So I did that. But then while I was trying to find everything, I realized that I didn't put the lid on that shoebox. Like the bird was in the open box. And I was like, oh my gosh, our ceiling is like really high. And if the bird is like flapping around, there's no way I would be able to catch the bird inside of my house. So I was like, I should go get the lid before it starts flying. But there was no rush in that because the bird was not looking so good. There you go. This was the birdie right there. This was the birdie. He wasn't looking so hot. You can see like he grabbed his own tail feather like this. I first thought his tail feather and his claw was tangled, so I had to untangle it. But I think in that moment he panicked and grabbed onto his tail feather while he was getting attacked by the crow, and he just basically, I think his muscle just frozen for the moment and could not unclaw his own tail, I guess. So I was like, okay. I first placed the box in the bathroom, went to get the lid, got the lid, and then I wanted to be as quiet as possible to help this little fella. But then while I was opening the bathroom door as slowly as possible, I, like a dumb idiot, bonked my head straight into the door. Like, I was trying so hard to be quiet, but then by doing so, I smacked my head into the door and made a huge dong sound. And that freaked the bird out, and the bird was like, "Bop, bop, bop." And I was like, oh, I'm so, and it was just like freaking tumbling around the box. And I was like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. And then, when Ryan, well, like, I was gonna cook salmon, like miso salmon for dinner. I was like, oh, I had the salmon out, defrosting and everything. And then I'm like, dude, I cannot cook salmon, like miso salmon tonight. What if the bird sniffs it and freak out? You know what I mean? It will smell the miso salmon and it might freak out. So I'm like, I can't cook tonight. Birds cannot smell? Don't lie to me. Is that true? Wait, birds can't smell? But anyways, I was like, I love lying. Bro! I was like, I can't cook. So Ryan, while he was out picking up Luna, he got dinner, like takeouts, and brought it home. And then when she got back, I was like, did Daddy tell you mommy rescued a birdie? And she's like, yeah. And everyone was like whispering, right? It's like, because we don't want to spook the bird. And then, so I was telling Luna, you can't cry tonight or shout or scream tonight, because birdie have a very, very sensitive hearing. And if you make loud noise, it might have a heart attack and die. So no crying tonight, no screaming, no loud noises, okay? And then she said, okay. And then like we ate dinner very quietly. And then like we went up, and then like every night she cries. She goes like, I miss mommy, I miss daddy, and she cries and she goes to sleep. But then she did not cry, but because she wasn't crying, she fell asleep much later than usual. And I was like, are you doing okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm doing it for the birdie. So she did not cry last night. She did not make any loud noise or laughter or no screaming. Definitely no crying. Even though she fell asleep much later than the usual time because she wasn't crying. But she says, she was giving me a thumbs up, and she's like, I'm doing this for the birdie. And I was like, that's sweet. And then I wasn't sure if the little fella was gonna make it next day. I mean, cause like you can't really see in this picture well, but in this tummy area right here. Wait, hold on. In this, wait, how do I do this? Can I not move this? Like right here, in this tummy area. In this tummy area right here, where you can see like a lot of dirt. That's where the crow was trying to pick the most. And I was able to see its skin, like the birdie's skin, not the feather, but it was not punctured. So I thought maybe it's okay. But then my chat on Discord was saying even though it might not have a visible physical wound, it might still be internally damaged. So I was like, bro, I don't know, man. Can't really do anything about the internal damage. I'm not a doctor. So I just hope that he will survive the night. And then in the morning, like Ryan was like so freaking cold-hearted. I thought he would, like, oh my gosh, I heard you saved the birdie. Oh my gosh, like so cute or anything like that. Instead, he said like, I just hope that this bird won't freaking chirp at 1 a.m. because that would make me so angry. And I was like, really? That's the thing that comes to your mind, this injured bird? You hope that it won't chirp at 1 a.m.? And he's like, I'm tired. But then I like how everyone was like, oh my gosh, you're a saint. Okay, you're such a sweetheart. You saved this tiny birdie from the crows, You got the kindest heart. Bless your soul. And I'm like, I just want to let everyone know I did this not because I wanted to save this little guy. It's because I did not know how to clean up the dead body of a bird. So I want you to know I'm not a saint. Okay? It was from the selfish reason. So don't think I'm a saint. Who called you a saint? A lot of people. Well, cause like, where I was like, dude, cause the bird, the crow was trying to eat the bird in front of my front yard, and what do you do with the dead body of a bird? Do you put it in the organic bin or do you like put it in a trash bin? Like, you're not sure, right? Isn't it like organic matter? So like I should put it in the organic bin? I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to deal with that shit. So that's why I saved the bird.
Where sometimes I log in and I look at my client, and then I queue up for a game of Valorant. Then I tried to lock Viper, but somebody else locked in. Now I'm playing Torbjorn and I'm building stuff again. Valerie, why don't you come on over, play Valorant? You know what I'm saying? Is this anything? I can't believe we gotta wait 6 seconds for the damn raid timer to go. See ya. Sheesh.